In Creo Parametric, you can convert a standard assembly that is static into a mechanism. In other words, it can be an assembly with moving components. And I'm probably going to make 3 different videos with this particular assembly. If you want to follow along, you can go to my website and then access my Google Shared Drive if you want to download this assembly. Let me orient you to the assembly. It has 3 different components. It has the housing for the shock, it has the shock bar, and then it's got this spring. I'm not going to do anything with the spring in this video, so to make things easier to see, I'm going to hide it, and I access the hide command from the mini toolbar. Also, to make things easier to see, I'm going to make the housing transparent. I'm going to select it, and then I will go to the Model Display Overflow menu, and then Component Display Style, and Transparent. So now you can see the bar inside of the housing. And ideally, I want that housing to be able to translate in there. Really, it should probably translate and rotate, but for this video, I'm just going to make it translate. If you take a look at the components in the model tree, I can tell that these are all static because there is no special symbol next to the bar with a dot inside of a box that would indicate that it is capable of some kind of motion. And if I go to the drag components command and try to click on it, nothing happens when I drag it around. So let me close out of here. In order to make this into a mechanism, I need to edit the definition of the bar in order to allow it to have some degrees of freedom. So when I click on it, I can then choose Edit Definition from the mini toolbar. That is also the keyboard shortcut Control E. When I do that, it brings open the component placement dashboard. I can see that this is fully constrained, and from the placement tab, I can see that there are 3 constraints in here. There is a coincident constraint, and I can see that the axes are highlighting. There's also a distance constraint. Well, if I want this to be able to translate, I would need to get rid of this. And it also has a parallel constraint. I can see from what's highlighted, this is what's preventing it from rotating. Again, I'm just going to make 1 degree of freedom unrestrained. I'm going to allow it to translate. So I will go to the distance constraint and then right mouse click on it and choose delete. Beware, you could have also done this by selecting the notes in the graphics area, and then you can right click on them and then choose delete from there. But I'm not going to do that for the parallel constraint. If you take a look at my status in the dashboard, I am now partially constrained, but we are still using regular constraints. I want to convert this into mechanism connections. In order to do that, you can use this button on the dashboard. This will convert constraints to a mechanism connection. So I will click on that, and now I have a slider connection. A slider connection allows 1 translational degree of freedom. And so I am happy with that. I will click on the check mark in order to finalize my component placement. If you take a look next to the component now in the model tree, it has this symbol with the dot inside of the box. That means that it has some available degrees of freedom. It has a mechanism connection. Furthermore, I can test that by using the drag components command. I will click on that and then click on the shock bar, and now you can see that it is capable of translating. And it's actually capable of translating too much. It can pass through the shock housing. So in the next video, I will show you how you can add limits to the amount of translation. Let me close out of the drag components dialog box. So there you have it. That's how you can convert a standard assembly that is static into a mechanism.